Welcome back to the Fireside chat. It seems like it's been a while since I've done one of these. I can't remember how long, but I've been looking forward to doing another one of these things, and I'm glad people seem to like them. And I've had some time to think about things I wanted to talk about. And one of those things is just sort of an update about some of the projects that I'm doing, the biking with Brando stuff, the hiking with Brando stuff, and the gaming with Brando stuff. So, as some of you know, I started this new gaming project on my YouTube channel. It's something I've actually wanted to do for a very, very long time. I've always liked watching people play video games or whatever. And it's just taken a long time just to be able to buy a decent gaming rig, I guess, to be able to handle all of the stress on it takes to play these games on the PC. So I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And, if you want to give me some feedback, or if you want to let me know what kind of games you would like to see me play, I'm open to suggestions and stuff. So I guess that's the news with gaming with Brando. Oh, I guess, by the way, I put the series finale of 7 Days to Die up just a little while ago. I really enjoyed that game. It's really freaky. It's just a fun game. So I might move on to something else, but we'll see. In other news, I'm looking forward to spring and summer, definitely, because I want to get back on my bike and continue the biking with Brando videos. So in case you don't know, for some of you, it's essentially the same thing as the HWB videos. I just out in the woods talking nonsense on a bike. There's really nothing different. So it's just a good way to get some exercise, be outside, interact with people, and not rot away in the house. So that's what I like to do. I also want to say that if there's anyone interested in doing these things with me, just let me know. I'm always looking for new places, new trails, new bike paths and stuff. I've got a mountain bike, so I kind of like trails. I'm still a little traumatized about one of my many bicycle accidents. I can't remember if it was last summer or the summer before, but I had a flat tire. I had to walk my bike back from Geneseo to Kelowna to try to make it to my car. I got dehydrated. I collapsed on grass. I got attacked by mosquitoes. I was covered in blood, and I had to swim through a swamp. My cell phone got wet. I walked through a trailer park. People looked at me like I was a zombie from The Walking Dead. It was just a big mess. So I don't know if I'll be going back to Kelowna. Actually, you know what? I told a friend at work about that story, and he actually bought me a bicycle repair kit. So that was nice of him, and I'm going to figure that out. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not good at fixing anything. I'm good at breaking things, but I can't fix dick. So it is what it is, as they say. As far as the HWB stuff, I still do that once a week. As spring approaches and summer and we have more daylight, I'm definitely going to be doing less of that. I really kind of hate running in the summer when it's humid. It just sucks. So, plus there's just way too many people out at Black Hawk and stuff when it's nice out. I'll still do it, but it will be less frequently. So I guess that's the news with all that stuff. I guess some other things I wanted to talk about is just sort of an update of where I'm at with some stuff I talked about in the last episode. When I was talking about physical health, mental health, and spiritual health, those three things. Because I feel that when those three things are in discord, this catastrophe is just inevitable, and it's taken me my whole life to realize that. And it's you can be really good in one, you can be some super athlete, super good shape, and your spiritual health may not even exist. Or it could be your mental health is fine, but you have no spiritual health. Or you could be some crazy person who's a spiritual master, and then your physical body just rots away. So I spent a lot of time just thinking about this, and I'm trying to find balance with those three things. As far as physical health goes, I'm doing better from the barbell accident where the barbell landed on my neck like 200 pounds, almost crushed me to my death. And I actually had to go to the hospital, and the doctor talked me out of ever doing bench press again, which was kind of a relief because I've been asking myself for years really why I still do bench press when I'm doing kettlebells. I don't want to get into a long diversion on this, but essentially I'm very interested in functional health rather than powerlifting or lifting with heavy weights, because I don't really believe that when you reach middle age, doing heavy weights is going to do much practical use. I'm interested in maintaining strength and longevity as I age, rather than trying to be some linebacker for the Kansas City Chiefs. It's just like, what are your goals? Sometimes in life you have to ask yourself, you just have to stop and say, what am I doing? What doors have I opened? What path am I on? Am I off in the woods? It's something I try to remind myself, because time goes by and it's like all the pages flip in the book. Next thing you know, the book's over. So it's always good and that's what meditation kind of teaches you, you can sort of look at time from outside of time, so to speak. You can sort of ask yourself questions of how did I get where I am? And am I happy with how that happened? Am I happy with where I am? And am I happy with where I'm going? And I don't even think happy is the right word, because happiness really isn't a sufficient force to carry you through your life. If something tragic happens to you, it's like you're not happy now. It's like happiness isn't going to do dick when, you find out your whole family just died in a car accident or something. So I think that's why meaning, purpose, and hope is they're like more sufficient alternatives than, happiness, because it's so fleeting. So I'm still doing my kettlebells. And so I wished I had more time and energy to do this stuff, but I don't, and I'm not nearly as strong as I was before I started working again. But that's a sacrifice, We have to make sacrifices in life, and that's just the way it is. It's part of growing. Mental health. Well, I'm I guess consistent. I don't think I've hit too many. Well, I haven't been in hell like with depression this whole winter, which has been surprising. And I think the antidote is just facing winter and realizing it's just a force of nature. And rather than bitching about it, you just have to go with it, because you have no control over the elements. It's kind of funny. I've talked to other people who struggle with winter depression, and I've talked to people who have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. So it's interesting. So yeah, I've avoided depression. I think a lot of that's just, by remaining sober and vigilant about that, and just, constant not giving in, and just being true to yourself and living by your oath, so to speak. So yeah, mental health, it's always a work in progress, but I'm trying. The spiritual health element, I think that's the one I think right now I'm probably more satisfied with than the other two, just because it's just something that I'm really attracted to right now. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about religion. I do spend a lot of time thinking about, I guess, what you would call God, the source of all creation, whatever, the energy that has created everything that we know. Let's just put it that way. We can spend our entire lives arguing about names and people and this and that. I'm just interested in action at this point, because life is short, and, I guess this is tied into spiritual health, but I really find that if you go out of your way to be kind to every single human being in your day, it'll open up doors for you in your life that have never been opened before. Good doors, not bad doors. And it's kind of self-evident that would happen, but I'm not talking about being nice. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being kind, which is an act. It's a conscious act. And, I'm not going to say that it's something that's easy for me to do. I have my days and bad moods where you don't want to be around me, but, it's just a nice motivation to try to listen to somebody, listen to somebody that talk to you. Don't talk, just listen to what they have to say. I'm amazed at how many people I've talked to that I just get the sense that they just don't have anybody in their lives that listen to them, which is a shame. That's the day and age we live in. Yes, just trying to be kind. Being kind to everybody you come across will make your life better and this world better. And in my life, that's my mission, is to do whatever I can to sort of atone for my own past and all the mistakes I've made and make something of my wretched life, so to speak. That's the spiritual health. I feel that, there is light at the end of the tunnel if you just keep crawling. And, if it's hard to argue against a nihilistic person. They have a very good argument of, essentially saying that life is meaningless. Just pursue your own interests. Screw everybody else. Well, look at the world we live in. All the negativity and bickering and lack of discipline and lack of character we see in so many people. Lack of general respect. The golden rule, most people don't even know what that is or have ever heard it. It's just a shame. So I feel like this world is in a state of chaos in a very, very deep level. And that's why I feel like my mission in life is to do what, I can't do much, but I can wake up and try to make the most of my day and have a mission for that day to listen to somebody who's really struggling with life. I might not have any advice. I might not be able to say the right thing, but I listen. Why do you think there's so many psychologists? Why do people go to psychologists? They're looking for answers. They're looking for someone who will listen. It's just a skill, as far as spiritual health goes, just the prayer and the meditation that I do every day, it just sets my day in motion and it lets go of all my fears, because I know that if something terrible happens to me, I've done everything I've could possibly do to make the most of the day. Life has its bad moments, terrible moments, but I guess with some faith behind my prayer, it sort of makes life tolerable for me, if that makes sense. So, anyways, guys, my fire's about to die out in a while, and I'm going to go to bed. So I hope you enjoyed it. Catch you in the next Fireside chat. Bye-bye.